Greetings everyone, this is Super Toho Remix coming at you with a pilot of a Let's Play of the PSP game Armored Core Formula Front Extreme Battle. Now just a little quickie, I did try recording this a few days ago and I got the audio down, but unfortunately I forgot to record the footage, so that was an hour of my life completely wasted. But it is what it is. That's over and done with, so today I'm trying my second attempt, and hopefully this time things will go accordingly. So, the game I'm playing today, for those who are not familiar, is as part of the Armored Core series, which usually delves into customizable machines set in a dystopian future, usually war-torn, a few politics involved. In terms of story quality, the games have always varied. But then again, I've only played a select few, so I can't really say. But this game is slightly different. It gives you all the parts off the bat, but what you unlock in this game is chips and emblems, which may not seem like much, but it is what it is. And this game is more akin to a tournament/sports type affair, rather than the usual Armored Core type stuff you get. So, right, let's adjust the volume real quick. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to decrease the BGM volume by 10. Again, this is my first, or rather second proper recording, so I have to mess around with volume a bit later. I've also had time to tinker with the emulator a bit, so hopefully there will be no ghosting. Because in my previous run through, for some reason, there was a bit of ghosting whenever the game loaded at certain points. So hopefully that won't be an issue this time round. Alright, so let's get into this, shall we? Yes. Here's a little quick rundown of somewhat of what the game is about. Filled with fast-paced action and destructive carnage, the AI AC battles of Formula Front have become the era's predominant form of entertainment. You know, I really would love this sort of thing to exist. AC units deployed in these skirmishes are highly customized machines. Well, as the namesake goes, it should be. Those assemble and program these deadly creations are known as architects, whereas in some of the other games you are either ravens or lynx. It is these individuals who are the driving force behind the scenes. Competition among architects is fierce, and matches between opposing parties are held regularly. So yeah, think of this as more of a grounded version of Gundam Build Fighters. Victory can be fleeting, but those who apply their talents are well rewarded. Formula Front. Please understand, a new type of AC warfare has arrived. Oh yeah, time to name the team. So a little bit of a backstory. Back in 2005, it was either 2005 or 2006, I just got my PSP, and we go to Asda, which is basically the British equivalent to Walmart, and I go to the games section, and I find two games there. Monster Hunter Freedom, and this game. I picked up Monster Hunter from Freedom because I always wanted to play Monster Hunter. I never got a chance to own the original back on the PS2. And then I saw this game just sitting there, and at the time, you know, I was like, oh, I like robots, I'm going to give this a whirl and see where we go from there. And honestly, I am glad I did. Unfortunately, at the time, I couldn't quite get the game's mechanics, and I was just doing bits and pieces just for the sake of it. I couldn't get the complete grasp of this game at the time, so I'm going to revisit this with a completely matured mindset, and hopefully with my better understanding, I might be able to fare better. Right, so yep, accept these settings. Okay, a little quick rundown of what's going on here. So, I don't know what exactly that stands for, but here you get messages, and unfortunately one thing you will be spammed with is gaming guides, which is something you don't need unless if you're restarting up. And then we just got a bunch of introductory messages. Congratulations on entering the bottom league and obtaining a B-class license. Now, when it comes to story, there isn't really much of one here. Like I said, it's basically a more grounded version of Gundam Build Fighters. So, there is a little bit of interaction between you and some of the competitors in this game. And there's a little bit of cheating going on at odd points, but it's just a fun little game. Okay, and then yeah, and then the great thing about this is it treats it like a proper tournament, so you get information on and updates on regulations. You know, there'll be rules. It's all covered here. Okay, team strategy. Okay, it's time for our team Super Toe Mix to stand in the former front spotlight. The future of the team rests solely on his shoulders. Be AI or NUAC, how you achieve victory will not be questioned. Good luck, fight well. Now, the absolute big thing about this game is you could either control your armored cores manually, or you can set up an AI for them, customize their AI, and let the AI fight on your behalf. I mean, if any of you have heard of the British TV series Robot Wars, this is kind of what it is, but it involves the AI over manual control. Well, manual control is a thing in this game. It is highly suggested you go for the AI. Now, I did try the manual on this, and the enemy AI pattern, the behavior. Ah, excuse me, I cannot English at the moment. The behavior of the enemy AI. There we go. The behavior of the enemy AI. It gets super aggressive as soon as you pilot the AC yourself. But if you set your armored core with AI, then it becomes neutral. You'll see what I mean once we get into this game properly. So that's so that's what it's called. You know, that's been there all this time, and I never noticed it. The direct appointment circuit. Okay. And in the news, as you progress throughout the game, at a certain point, you will get news articles. Some will just have text such as this, and others will actually have some video footage of how well the other competitors have done. So again, it's like a proper tournament. And if From Software return to the Armored Core series like they've been hinting they will, guys, please, I want another game like this. Seriously, this game, I mean to me anyway, because it's quite an acquired taste, but I have so much fun and joy with this game. As I alluded to earlier, unlike other Armored Core games, in this one, every single part in this generation is available to you off the gate. What you unlock as you go through the game is emblems you can either mess around with, or AI chips, which are time-based. So say you set your AC with a bunch of AI chips. Each AI chip has a specific operation. So if you set an AI chip that is specifically designed for the unit to jump continuously, then say the first 30 seconds of that match, your AC will be continuously jumping. Here's the thing, I've never been a fan of the chips, so I won't be using them. But that's kind of the general gist in regard to chips. Now into the meet and greet, into the meet and gritty of the game. The customization. Now, on the botched recording, I actually managed to make one Armored Core unit, which I've still got a save file for, but what I decided to do, considering I'm actually doing a fresh playthrough, is that I'm going to copy the specs of that AC over. I mean, I've done it already by a photo I took, but that was the AC I was hoping to start out with for this playthrough, so that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. Alright, because of the emulation I'm using, I can't find the key that is designed for the analog stick. Because in the original game, the analog stick will allow you to view your AC at 3 to 60 rotation, which until I can get figured out will not be featured in today's episode, I'm afraid. Right. Okay, so... Alright, so I want the Hornet. Well, okay, as I'm going over this, I'm going to quickly explain classes of AC. So you've got the bipedal medweight, which is what we're going for with this first AC. You got the lightweights, which are just basically bare bones and are probably eligible for mobility for based play. You got the bipedal / quadruped builds, which could either be fast attackers or just lumbering tanks. You got the tank legged units, which basically that explains itself. And then finally you got the hover leg type AC units, which you can make. Like for this one, we're just going for the bog standard med weight bipedal unit. So okay, so that's the core sorted. Okay. Alright. So when you select your parts, so when you go through tuning, you can do part tuning and AI tuning. Part tuning is important because it allows you to increase the defense, energy drain, and cooling stats of your machine. Those are all very important because back in the old days where this Armored Core game stemmed from, radiators, if they weren't tuned properly, could cripple your AC. Like, radiators have always been a bane when it comes to these games. Okay, so go tool. So I think for my team, I'm gonna go for at least 2 medweight bipedals, 1 quadruped, 1 hover. Actually, either 1 hover and 1 tank, or 2 tanks. Well, we'll just have to see. By the way, tanks in this game are king. If you really wanted to, all you have to do is just build 1 AC that's a tank unit with some decent weaponry and some excellent armor. And once you fine-tune the generator and the radiator, then you may as well just plow through the entire game with that tank you have. Okay, that part's already equipped. Generator. What I'm after is this thing right here. Right, radiator. What we want is the L'Oreal. Yes, because it's worth it. Inside. Now, I can't speak for the other older Armored Core games because the only Armored Core games I ever properly played were this, Armored Core 4, and Armored Core France. I tried 5 and I really didn't like it. I mean, my skill set wasn't good anyway, but I wasn't a huge fan of the visuals and the difficulty. No, and the spikes in difficulty really threw me off. But the thing that killed that game for me was the fact it had to be constantly online for you to get the good stuff. At the time, I couldn't do that, so that was a thing. All right, so okay, yeah, this is what I'm after. Okay, okay. Alright, just a little quick run over. The inside parts, that's either weaponry, missile decoy, and even ammo storage. So, actually no, the ammo storage I'm getting mixed up with these, but yeah, for inside parts you get either scatter mines, missile decoys, rockets, and the great thing is these actually fire off when your AC is firing its weapons anyway. So say my unit here is firing off both weapons simultaneously, it can suddenly launch its insides to deal additional damage. Or you could set up something like Medusa here and ward off incoming missile fire. Now the extension, here it's either boosters, additional missile launchers, ammo storage, or radar interference. What I would usually do for my bipedal AC first time round is add this. But for this playthrough, I'm not going to do that because I might save this for a tank. Because if there's one thing the AI is really bad at in this game, it's turning. So having this part would be crucial for something like a tank. So what I want is this. Okay, because this adds additional missiles. Alright, okay, I'm going to keep that and I'm going to add exactly the same part on this side. No need to worry about radar because the head part I've chosen has some decent radar functionality in it already. So I'll pick the same missile launcher. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's that picked. Now, the fun part. The weapons. What I normally do is go for this weapon and a shotgun, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to go for instead is for one of the Pixie series machine guns, which is going to be the Pixie 2. I mean, just look at the ammo, it speaks for itself. That's something that's actually quite cool about this game. It balances functionality and aesthetics really well. So you can make a cool looking machine, but at the same time, it'll be practical. So one thing to take into consideration is like the amount of ammo you have. So for example, the machine guns in this game are really good, but because they're machine guns, they chew for their ammo really quick. So what you would want to do is have a mix up. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to go for this Pixie right here, and then for the right hand side, no, actually no, it will be the left hand side. It's because I'm looking at it onwards. Alright, so what I'm after is the Crest WL88S2. Okay. Right, sorry if it keeps hiccuping like that. I don't know why it's doing that. I thought I had that sorted. Here we go. Probably my favourite shotgun in the entire game. This just does stupid damage. Stupid damage. Alright, depending on what core part you pick, some will actually have additional weapon storage, so say your weapons do run out of ammo, you can quickly equip it will automatically equip one of these on both hands, so it can keep going on in the battle. But unfortunately my AC can't do that, so that was not going to be a thing this time around. Okay, optional parts. These are not necessary, but I do recommend them because they help out tremendously when it comes to certain stats. So yes, 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 that is a big one. And I believe leg turning. I want that. Okay, let's have a look. See here. Right. I think I'm gonna go for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this one, to be honest with you. Okay, and then we're done in the build department. Now for the actual parts tuning. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and remember what I did before. Thank you. Alright, so what we want here, because obviously we want to offset the weight, but what I'm going to do is focus on the defensive stats, increase the ECM a little bit, and then increase the shell. Thank you. Do the same thing here. I wonder, where's now I'm going to keep it max arm weight. Yep, okay. Right, now for the arm, obviously, you know, keep up the defense, but aiming accuracy. Because of how shoddy the AI can be sometimes. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to keep it like that. Because of shoddy the AI can be sometimes, you're going to need that. You're going to need as much aiming accuracy as you can possibly get. Yep. Legs. Now, I think this is what did it before. Yeah, I knew it. There we go. Yeah, this is the build I had on the botched playthrough. So I think it's all coming back to me now. And this unit did fairly well. So from what I remember. But again, we'll see, because like I could completely mess up the AI tuning, and that's where everything in this playthrough counts. I did try manual, and I just got completely demolished. And one of the reasons is I couldn't figure out how you actually move forward. And like I mentioned earlier, when you get into the game, the AI suddenly gets really aggressive. So for this playthrough, we're going to be the spectators, and I'll make changes if need be, depending on how badly my AC gets demolished. Yep, so let's get that in. Right, boost power. Or booster, what do I... Okay, I think I'm gonna focus on booster heat. Because again, if anything in this game is going to cripple your AC, it's going to be heat based. Now, I've never actually figured out what FCS actually does, but all I know is it's an integral part of your AC in this game, so it's just what it is, and you can't tune it anyway, so Alright, so I think I'm going to balance it between energy output and condenser cap. There we go, yeah. Alright. Now, obviously, this one is a no-brainer. Radiator, you want as much cooling as you can possibly get. Okay, thankfully, you can't tune weapons. Because if you could tune weapons, that would be game-breaking. So we're doing none of that. Alright. Okay, so... Okay. The stats ain't too bad. Wait a minute. I remember last time I built this, I actually managed to get a B rank. Oh. Now, hang on, let me go back into that real quick. Just real quick. Okay. That is unusual. Oh, I think I might know why. Oh boy. I might regret doing this, but I think one thing that did help is hang on a second, if I can. I might have to get rid of this part because if I recall, what I added was this, and then get that in there. I don't have an energy shield, so that's not going to do jack. Yeah, I think that helped out a bit last time. There we go. That's more like it. That's what I had last time. That's a shame though, because I'm not sure how the leg turning is going to go. But anyway, enough prattling on. This section right here is either going to make or break the game for us. The AI tuning. So let me think. My unit's fairly short range. Fired. Get dash up there. I'm going to keep jump there because as soon as you tweak your AC to start jumping, it will start popping around like a bloody rabbit, so that's not going to be happening. Run, fairly high, make it aggressive, so that's what we want. Yes please. And then performance. Now back when I was playing this when I was younger, I completely botched up this section and I just went with whatever because I couldn't understand any of it. But this time around we're going to take things a bit differently. So I'm going to max up the bottom three here. Max up the bottom three. Oh yeah, a little quick. Depending on what head part you pick for your machine, it will dictate how much AI capacity you have. So for example, for the head part I picked, you can see it has a capacity of 77. Some units might be higher, some will be lower, it depends on what you go for. I think the ones with radar function inbuilt have higher AI capacity. Let's get that in there. Now, what do I want to pump? What do I want to pump up? Get additional attack, increase terrain a bit, get the attack going. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yes, please. Now, operations. This is where the chips come in. I mean, I'm not going to use them for this playthrough, but I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration if you're interested in playing this game yourself. So, you can pick a time slot, depending on what... So yeah, matches last about 2 minutes, so you can pick any of these time slots. So, for example, for a rough example, I'm going to pick the 90-second time slot. And then for that time slot, you can allocate chips. So, as I mentioned earlier, this chip will do repeated jumping motions, and it will keep doing that for the designated time allowed. So it will be jumping around for 30 seconds. Now, again, I've never been a fan of these, but I guess for specific machines, if you have a certain strategy in mind, these might help. But the one thing that never made any sense to me, though, right, is you get dead part chips. Why would you use any of these dead part chips? So, I mean, yeah, like this one. Like, disarm all weapons including hanger units, L and R. Why would you do that? Just why? I mean, I mean, you want to aim to not run out of ammo anyway, so there'll be no freaking point. And I think you unlock chips based on your performance as well. If you meet certain max criteria in this game, you get to unlock better chips, from what I remember. All right, so paint. We're going to go over something really basic, just because I don't really have all the time in the world at the moment. I'll probably customize the paint in my own time. Hey, get back here. Yep. Yes, thank you. So, okay, so you got custom color. This is where you get into the nitty gritty of just what precise colors you want. But again, we're not going to be doing that today. And then weapon color, straightforward. And then pattern. If you want to, you can either stick with the basic setup as you see here, or you can go camouflage. When you go camouflage, it's either 50-50. Sometimes the camouflage will make it look better, or it will make it look like this. And I am not a fan of that whatsoever. So we're just going to stick with this for now. Alright. And then lastly, the name. With any mech creation simulator game, a tradition I carried over from this game is I would usually name my first, or one of my first mechs, Dragonhead. Dragonhead was the very first Armored Core I'd ever made back in this very game on the PSP, and there was something that carried over into Armored Core 4, Armored Core 4 Answer. I was hoping to do it on Armored Core 5, but I didn't get that far. And then even with Gundam Breaker 3, once I unlocked all the specific parts I needed, I made 3 Gundams based on Dragonhead. But for this playthrough, I'm not going to exactly do that. Like, I'm going to have a similar setup to what I remember having, but I'm going to do things slightly differently. Like, for example, Dragonhead had a green paint scheme. It was a fast-paced attacker. I would make sure it would have a weapon on one shoulder and a radar on the other. So consider this like the spiritual successor, and I know exactly what to name it from the botched playthrough. Like, it's not the most mind-blowing name in the world, but considering what it is, it does the job. I'll think of more grandeur names as we go along, but that's entirely depending if you guys actually want this to continue or not. Like, I'm only doing this as a trial to gauge to see if you guys actually like this or not. And now make or break, the AC test. This is most important because here you get to see how well your machine performs. You get to see if any improvements need to be made, so on and so forth. So we're going to go up against the in-game bog standard AC that you already given to begin with. But funny tidbit actually, if you know what you're doing, you can actually make the first in-game AC actually good from what I remember seeing. Alright, and away we go. Oh, this music just brings back so many memories. And I love this intro as well. I love the zooming in AC intros. Alright, gotta change to get the camera ready. And away we go! Okay, claw shot is firing strong. Oh, using the inside part. Good, good. Okay, firing off Pixie 2 in the shotgun. Okay, yep, oh, good. Well done. Well done, get that damage in there. Yeah, good boy. Good boy! Making use of those parts. Oh wow! See what I mean? That shotgun does so much damage. Oh! Oh! Sweet! The inside part doing its work, making the enemy catch on fire. And done! Okay. The leg turning went better than I thought it would. Okay. So, I think we have a decent shot. But we're 30 minutes into recording, so I am going to end it here. So that's kind of what that's kind of the thing you're sort of expecting when going into the main game. But obviously, as you go up through the rankings, the AI gets better than that. Alright. No, I don't want to go back there. Get back out here. Thank you. So I'll probably be doing a league match next episode just because of the time and everything. But that's basically a gist of what you do in this game and how you go about it. But the real fun begins when you go through the league. And there are 2 leagues. There's the bottom league, which is where we're currently at, and then once you get through the bottom league, which is about 5 matches, pretty straightforward, you get into the R league, and that's where things get good. So, quick example. This is what we're going up against. But these guys are just completely pushovers. So, alright. Oh yeah, I'm gonna save real quick. Save. Now this is the box playthrough, and obviously I'm going to have a much better team description. Yes, please. And yeah, that is that. That is the first episode of my playthrough of Armored Core from the Front Extreme Battle. If you guys liked what you saw, then please comment in the box below asking if you want any more. Because if you're interested in seeing any more of this, then I'll be more than happy to go through the game again. Because I got this emulators recently, and I've been meaning to get back into this game anyway, so if you guys want to do it as well, then that's a win-win. Alright, thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed this first installment. Hopefully not only installment. And I will catch you guys next time, either with another episode of this, or a mashup remix. Who knows? All the best, take care, and stay gold. Bye-bye!